Hey guys, so I wanted to look into this summer solstice chart because this is the energy that's going to be influencing not only this Cancer season, but also throughout this summer. So, and potentially this next 6 months. So the sun is at 0 degrees entering the sign of Cancer, and the main aspects that it's making is this square to Chiron and this sextile to Uranus and Vesta. So both of these aspects are showing this is part of the energy that we are going to be feeling throughout this Cancer season. We're going to be having this square to Chiron. So let's talk about that. The Chiron square has to do with ways that we have identified with ourself, wounds that we have around our sense of self, our self-identity. And it's like, that shit ain't even you. So there's these wounds that we are having to break through or push past that are making it uncomfortable for us to move forward. That it's like, this is affecting your happiness on an everyday basis because that shit is not you. Why are you identifying with things or ways about you or certain ways you feel about yourself? And it's like, it's not even fucking true. You're going to carry that fucking weight. You're going to let that shit stop you. And it's fucking not true. It's not even who you really are. So there's this rebirth of who are you really? And it has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself, how you identify with yourself, the shit that is affecting your happiness and how you feel on an everyday basis. It's also affecting your ability to go towards the things you desire. So there's this stupid shit holding you back that's not even true type thing. Okay, so with this also, because it's Aries, they're both cardinal energy. So there's something also about discomfort that needs to happen in order to push you through your comforts. So the Cancer energy doesn't want to move. It wants to stay comfortable until things get uncomfortable. And then you search for new comfort. So there's going to be that theme going on. The other thing I see with Chiron has to do with where we're physically wounded, around our ability to have courage, our ability to go towards the things we desire, our ability to physically move towards the things that we want in our life, to have the strength, the motivation, the courage to act on the things we want. So there's these wounds that we're feeling around this that we're having to carry forward. Okay, so the sextile to Uranus and Vesta, this is a more positive energy. Uranus in the positive with Vesta here, this is about elevating our life into a higher experience that is aligned with this deeper, higher, sacred investment to ourself, investment to our natural gifts that we were born with, that we were meant to use. That's the Taurus energy. Uranus wants to awaken us to resources that we were born with, that we were meant to use. It's fixed energy. It's not meant to change. Okay, so there's things about you, there's things that you have around you that you don't even realize, like your freaking brain, the power that we have in our mind, the power that we have with our emotions. There are resources that we have that we are awakening to. And it's look, you can attract an abundant life. You can align yourself with all the things that you love and value if you awaken to these resources that you were born with. So this is about using your natural gifts, but it's more than just that. And who knows where this will go. We have 7 more years of this. So the downside of this Uranus energy, since we're talking about it, is these are wounds that we are moving through around poverty and not having enough and being afraid. Fear of survival. Taurus is survival energy. I'm afraid that this may happen. I'm afraid for my life. I'm afraid for my safety. I'm afraid for my security issues. And this is all about money as well. Our ability to attract all the things in abundance that we want, the experiences in abundance, the earthly pleasures in abundance, however much you want. So there's all the conditioned patterns that will be coming up for us to break through. It's okay, if you want this, you can't track that abundance with this belief system. You can't attract that abundance with this pattern, with this limiting belief or this thing you keep saying, or this thing you keep doing, or this way that you feel about yourself. So these wounds around our self-worth and our value that are affecting what we're attracting. And so Uranus works by bringing up what was unconscious and allowing you to see it, where you're like, whoa, I never fucking noticed that before, but now I fucking see that pattern. And through your ability to see the pattern, then you break the pattern. It's not magic. It happens through your awareness and then the change that follows. And it's like not necessarily a super fast thing, but it happens, because without the awareness, it will never happen. And so that's what Uranus is doing through Taurus, is bringing awareness to things that have been affecting your self-worth, your ability to live an abundant life, all the earthly pleasures that you want to experience, all the things you love and value. So that's some of this Taurus energy. And then we have Vesta joined here. And so there's like some sort of higher investment. It's like committing yourself to some sort of higher investment. And then it's sextiling the sun. So it's almost like becoming who you really are, using these gifts that you were born with, moving towards the things that really make you happy. It's like finding happiness. Like this is part of a higher investment that we have made, like finding happiness and awakening and liberating ourselves from all the things that have been affecting what we're attracting. Because that's the other thing. Taurus is our attraction, like what we are attracting into our life. So it's not just about the good stuff. It's about all the bad stuff we're attracting too. So it's like we're having to awaken to these conditioned patterns that have been unconsciously attracting things in our life. And it's sextiling the sun. So it's looking at our emotions, how we handle our emotions, how we are identifying with ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. Okay, so this is all things that we're working with. But right now, in this solstice chart, it's working positively. So we're in a stage of we're feeling it. We're feeling the weight lifted in certain areas in our life that have been like emotionally really affecting us. So, and I see that again with the moon placement. The moon placement is in Aquarius, and that's Uranus energy. This is about us liberating ourselves from certain emotional patterns that have had a fucking hold on our life with what we're attracting into our experience and how we feel, our ability to find more happiness. With this Capricorn energy, you see there's some sort of past life patterns, maybe also dealing with things like control. Regardless, it's like some sort of emotions that we just keep doing, that we keep just fixating on. And they're keeping us repressed, these emotions. They're repressing what we're really able to experience in life, what we're really able to achieve. It's like keeping us stuck in the past. And these patterns that we need to confront, we need to become aware of. And this moon in Aquarius is allowing us to see these emotional conditioned patterns that we are fixated on, that we are releasing. We're letting go of it. And so that's what I see with this moon here. And this is a really good thing. And the moon is working positively with Sagittarius and Gemini. So it's some mental energy. So there's something that we are liberating ourselves from in our minds. And it has a lot to do with how we have inwardly related to the experiences that we've dealt with in our life. So it's like, here's Gemini, the Venus in Gemini, and it's like, this is how we have taken in these experiences. And this is what we're attracting from these experiences that we've had, that we've dealt with. Okay. So Venus, I'm trying to connect this. Here's Uranus, here's Aquarius energy, which is all about liberating. What we are liberating ourselves from is what we are attracting. And we've been attracting things from our previous experiences that we've been dealing with. And Jupiter is over there saying it's hidden in your belief systems. It's hidden in your perception. So there's something about our perceptions and our beliefs and our thought patterns, something within our mind that we are freeing ourselves from. Or we could be like learning certain things or just coming across certain information. There's just information that is awakening you to this things that you've been attracting, these emotions, these patterns that are conditioned emotional patterns that have been affecting what you're attracting. So it's almost like we're moving through emotions that have been attracting a certain reality. But it's not just the emotions. There's something in our minds. But the mind is also a challenge because if you look at, so that was Neptune. No, if you look at Neptune, Neptune is at a stop, retrograde right now. And then, so that is important. That means Neptune is big right now throughout this whole next season. And Neptune is squaring in an exact square to Jupiter. Jupiter is in its home sign. And remember, Jupiter, this is a beneficial energy, but it's in a square to Neptune. So it means it's confusing. It's almost like in the past in life, we have tried to control things. And when we try to control things that are out of our control, we can't find happiness. It doesn't allow us to have more peace. It doesn't allow us to have more happiness in our everyday life. So there's something about beliefs. There's something about expanding your mind and having more faith and trusting the things you cannot control. There's some sort of release of certain belief systems that you've had, or certain ways, certain attitudes that you've had, that you are like letting go. It's expanding your faith, allowing you to have more faith, allowing you to trust, allowing you to give up control and have more happiness. So there's certain emotional patterns within the mind, within your belief system. And it's like, it's not true. It's dealing with how you feel about yourself. It's dealing with how you have taken in the experiences, how we even like obsess over certain emotions, certain feelings, like let's say it's worry or control or rejection, or whatever it is, you obsess on it. I don't know about you personally, I'm not accusing you, but we can obsess on a certain theme, and it was a conditioned emotional pattern. And that conditioned pattern has been caused possibly from your previous life experiences, or even put on you from society, or something you were born into. But this pattern, regardless of what it is affecting the reality you're attracting. So yeah, it's almost like it was from your earlier part of your life, you developed this conditioned pattern, and then that was attracting your reality. And it's like, it's time for this new experience. So you're having to break through these emotional patterns that are like triggered in our minds, where we obsess maybe unconsciously on something. So here's the thing, Uranus Aquarius energy, it's about seeing something you didn't see before. So I would pay attention, which emotions are you obsessing on? Which things that are negative nothing's negative, nothing's positive, but whatever. But certain emotions, if you don't want to feel them, why are you thinking about them so much? Why are you letting your mind wander and just like go into that place that triggers that emotion? So pay attention what you keep going towards right now when you're not paying attention, when you're driving or taking a shower or whatever. Where's your mind going when it's going into triggering a certain emotion? And work on that one. All right, guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope it helps. Take care.